Good morning, everybody. Today we have a late start for our walk again. Gabriela was sleeping a little bit longer, which was nice for me, but that also means that we will have more people on the side roads already walking dogs, and I don't know if it will be possible to actually finish this video. But anyways, before I get to the topic, again, I just want to start by saying thank you very much for all the comments. I read every single one of them, and I reply to all of them. It's either me or my wife, and either one of us, if we find something new, some new information, we share it with each other. And I really like the informative comments where maybe some things which I mention in the videos stay corrected. For example, the contributions to the CPF, and so forth and so on. So thank you very much for keeping me informed and making sure the information that I mention stays accurate. Okay. Now, not a lot of people know about these videos, and I was just feeling the need to maybe answer one question: why did I start a channel? Why do I have the need to talk about my life or my observations, about the feelings, and then post it on the internet? That for some of our friends or family members, because none of them know about this channel, they will be asking why I'm doing this. And I started thinking about it in December last year, and started publishing videos maybe 40 days ago. And the trigger was an event that happened in my family, kind of sad a little bit, unfortunately. My first cousin, a very close family member from my hometown, unfortunately was diagnosed by pancreatic cancer, stage 3, and he's just 33 years old. He has 2 kids, one I think around 10 years old, plus minus, and the daughter is 2 years old, which means 1 year older than Gabriela. And right now he's going to the chemotherapy, and I know he will be okay at the end, but the statistics with this disease are very serious. So with that in mind, I was thinking what would happen if I was diagnosed with the same disease and I would be gone. Well, I realized that if this would happen, obviously the world would not stop spinning, the life would go on, but my daughter, she would not, of course, remember me. She wouldn't know who I am or who I was, and if she would get access to my phone, to the pictures in my phone, she would see a few family pictures, of course pictures with the wife. She would know that we had a good relationship, and then a bunch of dinner plates. Okay? And I'd like to ask you guys, if I went to your phone, how many or what percentage of all the pictures that I would see over there would be actually the dinner plates. Okay, cakes, dinners, noodles, and all the crap from the restaurant. I think probably majority. So I don't think that the dinner plate pictures would tell a story in a serious situation like this. So I decided to make a series of the videos so that if something happens to me and my daughter is too young to remember me, if she watches the videos in a sequence, then she will get to know my story. That is actually the true reason why I started making these videos, and that's the reason why I also make sure that I'm trying to construct all the videos in a sequence in such a way that if you watch them in order, you will get a full picture. I'm not trying to jump from one topic to another, but trying to tell the whole story. Okay, so that's the background. Now, for this video's topic, I would like to discuss something which is on my mind almost every single day. Since I made a video where I mentioned that I have moved to Singapore and I want to stay here forever, and then I say nothing is forever. And some of you that watched the video full, they actually made a comment, yes, you're correct, nothing is forever. So I want to discuss about what would need to happen in order for me to consider leaving the country. Oh, what do you see? What do you see, a doggy? You see a doggy? Okay, so oh no, she sees the pigeons. Take a look over there. This is what is exciting her, the pigeons. See? You like the pigeons? We will walk around and you will see them up close. Wait. We'll be right there. Yes. Alright, so when I came to Singapore, I made a request to be moved over here, one-way transfer. I was so decided to come over here that I didn't care about the laws, the salary, the benefits, nothing. I just wanted to come to Singapore. So my realization, how does it work for a foreigner to live in Singapore, came after, morning, after first or second week, after I started discussing with my colleagues, hey, how does this work, how does that work, and I was educated on the spot. I don't recommend this approach, obviously. You should do research before you make a decision to move to the other side of the world. But I was just so determined to move over here that no matter what information I would find out, I probably wouldn't change my mind. Anyways, so when I came over here, first thing first, which I mentioned already twice, I was very surprised by the salary ranges. I was expecting that the salary would be in the range of what people are getting paid in New York, in Manhattan. Because if I would compare Singapore to anything else, the cost of living, the concentration of the people, the opportunities, work opportunities, I think it would be New York. But that's not the case. Singapore is a country, very small one, okay, where I would say every single Indian dreams of to come to, that is 1 billion. Singapore is a country where majority of Chinese population wants to come to. That's another billion. In Singapore, yes. We are almost there, almost there. Almost see the pigeons. Oh my goodness. And then you have rest of the countries, Indonesia, Malaysia, Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, Philippines. Let's not forget about the Philippines. All of those guys, also the primary target and the goal is to come to Singapore. So it is always the demand and the offer that is driving the price. And when you have so many people, there's the pigeons. And when you have so many people that are desperately trying to come over here, just like me, they are willing to take any salary. And that's what unfortunately drives the salaries down. And that's why they are lower. Hey, good morning. That's why they are lower 30 by 40% compared to the United States, especially New York and Manhattan. Good morning. So, in other words, good to know, if you're applying for a job in Singapore, be ready that you are bidding against, the best of the best talent in your niche, in your area of expertise, in your industry, out of approximately 3 billion people. That's the reality. And if you complain about the salary, well, there's hundreds of thousands of people that will be more than happy to take your salary. So that's the reality. The other thing that I realized after I came to Singapore was that there's a concept called PR, which is permanent resident, which is equivalent to a green card. And in the United States, you have a specific process and the requirements you need to meet in order to obtain the green card. Oh, it is not the case in Singapore, where the requirements are a little bit more fluid. And long story short, if you don't have PR, hey, good morning, hello. Look over there, there's a security guard from our condo. Yeah, going for a walk a little bit late today. She was sleeping longer. Have a good day. Yeah, you see, we start late. The sun is almost up, and we are meeting so many people. So without the PR, you are not getting contributions from your company towards your retirement. And this is what I call walking on a thin ice. Yes, without the PR, my taxes are lower. However, due to the expensive nature of living in Singapore, you will receive a salary with paying whatever tax. If you are here with your family and living off a single income, because if you are a PR, your wife is not allowed to work under your visa. Okay, so you are supporting your wife and your child with one salary that is barely enough to get by, and it's most likely not enough if your child needs to start going to the elementary school. This is something which we are discussing right now with our colleagues that have small children. One of my colleagues has 2 kids, maybe 1 year apart, and very soon they will need to start going to the elementary school. Well, he's considering to which country he will need to move out, because he's not able to place his kid into the public school. He needs to look for private only, and simply his budget does not allow him for both kids to go to school, and he will have no choice but to look elsewhere, unfortunately. So that's the reality. I it is a sad reality also for me because also I am not PR. Gabriela is not PR. One, she will need to go to school. She will also need to go to private school, which is starting probably at least 2K a month. Yes. 2K a month. And if it was less, I would be probably planning to have a second kid. But if I had a second child, that would create a requirement to go to a bigger apartment. I would have additional expense with second school. I don't know if we can financially pull it off. So something to be aware of. Our parents in my home country, when they were planning a family, the money was lasting in their mind. Hey, good morning. Good morning. When they were planning a family, money was not on their mind. It was something unheard of that you would plan your family based on your income. That's not the case for me. Maybe I'm just overthinking. But based on what I see in the office, we are coming back to the pigeons. He's getting excited again. Yes. Based on what I see in the office and the topics, it can be financially very, very challenging. So it all comes down to money. And living in the paradise until the retirement age, let's say that I will stay here until the end of my productive years, until 65, if I get lucky. All right, I will wake up after I turn 65, and then I realize that the income stopped coming in and I have no retirement, and that will be a very, very bad morning, which eventually I think is coming. So company is not paying any contribution to my retirement. I need to play it smart and not live from one month to another month. I need to try to save a good portion of my paychecks always on a side, and because of the high inflation, obviously I don't like to keep money in a cash, so I'm trying to invest wherever I can, and for that reason I'm trying to sort of take advantage of the fact that my wife is Filipino. Philippines is a developing country, which means not everywhere, but in many places the real estate is cheaper than in Europe, and for sure cheaper than in Singapore. And as we know, all around the world, the price of the real estate is only going up. Look, if I could afford, I would definitely buy, what is it called? GCB, good class bungalow in the Singapore. But in order to qualify for GCB, you need to have, well, first of all, you need to be Singaporean, so I'm disqualified. But even if I was, I need 200 mil in my bank account just to be able to apply for the purchase. And I think I am 200 million Sing dollars short from this number, so I won't be able to invest over here. So that's why the money that I save every year, I try to invest in the properties, and we are buying the land in the Philippines, which is which is our safety net, our backup plan for the retirement, just in case that my PR application, which I have submitted, will not get approved. Let me see what Gabriela is looking at right now. Here are the pigeons sitting on every morning at the same spot, and I have no idea why they like so much this place of the sidewalk. Okay, so anyways, yes, so whatever money I save, I am trying to invest into real estate in Philippines. And if you subscribe, I will continue, well, obviously making the videos, but I will go very deep into details about my investments in the Philippines. I will explain in general for foreigners what are the restrictions and something to be aware of if they are purchasing properties abroad. I will walk you through all the funny, quote, funny experiences that we went through while purchasing the property, because one would not believe there was not a single purchase which was smooth, let's put it this way. And I will walk you through everything so you don't have to make the same mistakes as I did. And I will just explain to you how the investments which we did, as they turned out, if they are doing good, if they are doing not so good, what is the long-term plan, what I'm potentially thinking for the retirement, and many of these things. If you are a foreigner or Singaporean, you will be able to apply for yourself, whether you are planning to retire to Malaysia, because I know that is a very popular destination, or Indonesia or Thailand or any other places. Now, this topic of retiring abroad, even for Singaporeans, should not be a topic that has not crossed their minds, because I have a manager in Singapore and he's a level above me, which means he has a decent salary and he's also Singaporean. And when I discuss with him about his future plans, even him as a Singaporean is telling me that most likely he will retire to Malaysia. Now in his case, I don't know if it is the environment where he wants to be, if he wants to go to a bigger country or to a cheaper country. I would guess that the second is true, that if he will be collecting his retirement in Singapore and living in Malaysia, perhaps the expectation is that the quality of life, the standard, will go up. It was a nice car. It was a nice car. Anyways, he's probably expecting that his lifestyle will most likely go up if he moves to Malaysia. So if a Singaporean with Singaporean retirement, with higher salary, both, I mean, even his wife is Singaporean, she must be collecting also a very nice pension when the time comes, and she most likely has a decent salary right now as we speak. And if they are planning to go and retire in Malaysia, what chances do I have to stay in Singapore and retire in Singapore? Morning. Oh, doggy, doggy. Gabriela sees doggies right now. Look at the excitement. Yeah, so I'm just being very realistic. I really love this country, but nothing is for free. You need to pay when you want to stay over here, and I'm just not sure if at the moment with no morning. I'm just not sure if with no retirement plan, which is my situation at the moment, if I can even dream of staying over here and retire in Singapore. So that's the reality. Those are all the calculations that go on in my head every single day. And yeah, please let me know what are your plans for the retirement. If you are a Singaporean planning to stay over here or going abroad, if you're a foreigner and planning to retire somewhere else. Hey, good morning. I've seen one video where the title was an American retiring in Singapore, but there was one important piece of the information: a millionaire American retiring in Singapore, because that's what you need to be if you are living abroad and you are planning to retire for your old days in Singapore. If you are not millionaire, US dollars millionaire, like very well off, you have exactly mathematically zero chance to be able to stay here. So I'm just being as real as possible. Please give me your feedback, your thoughts, and I'll be happy to discuss with you in the comment section. Thank you very much and have a great weekend.